From the Bob Mills Weather Center, meteorologist Stephen Nehrenz.
As we settle into the sweltering, oppressive heat and humidity today, of course, we've talked for most of the month up to this point how fortunate we've been that most of July has been below normal up till now. So far, the average temperature, when you see that number, that's the average of the high and low each day. So up to today, this first week and a half or so of July, 3.5 degrees below normal when you average it out, which over 1.5, 2 week time frame, that's a significant amount below normal that we've been. Unfortunately, we are flipping the script starting today. Some real summertime returning, and this is just kind of a beginning taste of it, unfortunately. Lots of sunshine looking from Jinx. As we mentioned, temperatures are already climbing, humidity values way up there. So we're in the upper 80s and low 90s at the lunchtime hour. That on its own, by July standards, you might go, okay, that's kind of reasonable, right? It's not too bad. But, of course, when you tack on the dew points, upper 70s to 80. We've had 80-degree dew point readings around Okemah, Bristol, Okmulgee, Eufaula as well. That is just, oppressive, frankly, pretty ridiculous humidity to be outside in for an extended period of time. So that's where we're going to be living today and tomorrow, the top end of the muggy meter scale, which is never where we want to be. As we head into the weekend, those dew point values will back off a little bit, not a lot, but I think after, especially Thursday, we'll start to bring the top end of the heat and humidity down to slightly more reasonable ranges. Over the weekend, that will coincide with some additional shower and storm chances. But again, today, if you have to be outside for an extended period of time, please take it easy. It's oppressive one way or another, no matter what stretch of weather we've been in here recently, but especially coming off the relatively cooler than normal stretch we've just been on, I think this may be even more of a shock to the system for folks that are outside today. So highs upper 90s, mid 90s in southeastern Oklahoma, but the trade-off is where the temperatures are maybe a couple degrees lower, the humidity will be even higher. So that pushes those heat index values way up there. Forecast heat index is what this is for the mid to late afternoon hours. Brutal area-wide. At least 108 to 110 in most spots, but many areas pushing 115. That's what it's going to feel like this afternoon. There are a couple little small showers in western Oklahoma. These aren't headed our way, anytime soon. But I just point this out because this little disturbance might spit out a shower or two late in the afternoon. But what we're really watching is later tonight to our north. There have been storms across the Central Plains into portions of Iowa and now northern Missouri. The cold front is trailing behind it. Now, it's a weak front, but it is going to force another line of storms through Iowa and Missouri south overnight, and then late overnight and early tomorrow morning as those storms dive south. There is a threat that some of those could still be strong to severe as they reach eastern Kansas, southwest Missouri, far northeastern Oklahoma, far southeast Kansas. This would be mostly, it looks like, after midnight into the pre-dawn hours tomorrow morning. That would be a damaging wind threat with some storms if they can survive the trip all the way to the south. So we'll walk you through this on Future View. Again, the very hot, muggy conditions today. It's still going to be hot at 9, 10 o'clock tonight. Here's that line of storms that the brunt of it, because of the upper level flow, the brunt of this squall line still looks like it would track more into Missouri and northwest Arkansas, but at times these can produce outflows and then kind of build along the outflow further west, and that's what we'll be watching for. Southeast Kansas, far northeastern Oklahoma. Now the deal is these are areas that really need the rain, that missed out on a lot of the good rains last week, so that's what we want to see from a rain standpoint, but there will be some damaging wind potential. You get further to Tulsa to the west, chances are lower but not zero that we could see some scattered shower and storms early in the morning hours. Right now it looks like those move out quickly enough that unfortunately we heat right back up tomorrow afternoon into the mid to upper 90s with some brutal heat index values, but it's kind of that up and down rainstorm timeline again, mostly in the nighttime morning time frames tonight, Thursday night into Friday morning, Friday night into Saturday morning, with more chances for scattered showers and storms. After today and tomorrow, as I mentioned, we bring the temperatures and humidity down a little bit, but it's still going to be steamy for the most of the next several days. Saturday and Sunday is probably when we bring temperatures down the most into the low 90s with those scattered thunderstorm chances. And then next week, as storm chances diminish, the heat cranks right back up. We could be talking triple digits eventually as we head into next week.